We are Christian and Javi, and we're going to talk about violence against women, which is a quite usual phenomenon in our society, even though that we tend to treat it as a taboo and ignore it. When we think of violence against women, the first thing that comes to our minds is physical abuse, because it is the most obvious way of violence, but the truth is that it's just one of the 6 kinds of violence against women, which include sexual abuse, emotional or verbal abuse, which is making degrading comments about her body or her clothes or whatever she does, financial abuse, which is controlling all her monetary income and outcome and forcing her to work, as well as denying her the right to work, spiritual abuse, which is using her religious beliefs to control her and manipulate her, and the last one is criminal harassment, more commonly known as stalking, which is invading her private space. All this violence has its roots in the belief that man is superior to women, and the truth is that media helps spread that message with sexist advertising, which is what Eduard and Judith are going to explain later. So now that we know what it is, we ask ourselves, if a woman is going through all of this, why doesn't she just leave the abuser? It's not so easy, because relationships in which we have this problem are unequal power relationships, in which the man is in control of the whole relationship and the woman has such a low self-esteem that she is emotionally dependent on him. And the violence is not something drastic, it's intermittent, and it always follows a cycle of violence, which consists of basically 3 stages. The tension building stage, which is a quite calm situation in which tension happens because of minor things. Then all this tension explodes in the violent stage and ends up in severe abuse. And after that, the honeymoon stage starts, and then the abuser apologizes and promises to change, promises to look for help, and shows extra kindness so that the victim feels loved and does not identify the violence as something serious. In time, the honeymoon stage will be shorter and the tension building stage will be longer. And also, many women don't leave her abuser because they are financially dependent on him, and they believe that if they leave him, they won't be able to raise their children appropriately because they cannot afford it. Violence against women is a very serious problem, and it has many consequences, not only on the woman itself but also on the children. On the women, as far as mental health is concerned, women who suffer from this may have low self-esteem, post-traumatic stress disorder, or Stockholm syndrome, which is the most important. Stockholm syndrome happens when the woman is so isolated that only has contact with her abuser, so the only point of view she knows is his, and he gets to feel guilty for all that abuse and thinks that all this violence happens because she provokes him. Then many women who suffer from this tend to commit suicide or abuse alcohol or drugs, and as far as the social matter is concerned, women who suffer from this are ostracized and may have straight relationships forever with others. And then on children, the effect is not so obvious, but it is in long term, and children who witness this in their homes boys tend to be more aggressive in their pair life after, and women are 10 times more likely to accept violence as part of the marriage. Here we have a graph in which we can see that violence has nothing to do with culture or economical level of a country, because when we hear of this problem we tend to say that it is something that happens in other countries or other cultures, but here we can see that it's not so. Then what we can do to stop this is basically 2 things, in the long run and in the short run. In the long run, we can increase social consciousness so that the whole society is aware that we have this problem and shows no tolerance against it. And then we also have high school prevention programs, which are quite common in America and Canada, in which once a week children are taught how to differentiate healthy and unhealthy relationships from the very beginning, so that they can stop it before it's too late. And in our school, what we also do to work with this is using all the material we create in the Comenius project to help children work with this topic. In first and in second of ESO, what they do is using, for example, the video we will see later that Eduard has made to know that we are being bombarded by sexist advertising. And then in fourth of ESO, what they also do is write short stories about gender equality. And then in the short run, what a woman can do to stop the abuse is what Xavier is going to explain now.
My name is Xavier, and I will start explaining which are the phases that an abused woman should follow. The first one is search for information, because most of the women don't know that they are being abused. They think that their situation is just normal, and we have to make them realize that this situation is not normal. The second part is look for support, but this support must be found in friends, family, because most of the women feel alone, and we have to support them, and they must know that they are not alone. The third part is ask for help. This is a quite difficult situation, because the woman has to go to the police or the hospital to explain their situation, and normally the woman is afraid that the people know his situation, so it's very difficult and for the women to do this part. And the final part is to remove the abuser, and it's the most difficult part, because as Christian has explained, the woman has based all his life on the abuser, and it's very difficult to her to remove him. Now in the following slides I will explain which are the services in my local area, and I will divide it in three parts. The first part are the health services, which are divided also in three parts, which are the CAP, or Primary Detention Center. The CAP is a center which is oriented on not much serious damage. For example, if a woman has been kicked or has been slapped, or even if the woman has been insulted, she can go to this center and ask for help. In this center, the woman can also find some information about his situation. The second part of these health services are the hospitals, which are oriented for more serious damage. For example, if a woman has been kidnapped, has been raped, has been even shot, he can go there and they will cure her. And the final one is the health attention line, which is 061, and it's oriented to give it's a free number, and it's oriented to give information to the woman, and they also can link you to the hospitals or the CAP. The second kind of services are the police services, which are all together in the Victim Attention Group, or GAB. They are this attention group it's formed by two police forces, which are the local police, which is the police brigade of each city, and the Mossos d'Esquadra, which are the police force of all Catalonia. And they do all these functions together, and their functions are to follow the woman, to being sure that she doesn't go back to the abuser. Follow the abuser for being sure that the abuser don't follow the woman anymore. Go with the woman to the court, and they also file the complaint against the woman, against the man. And finally, we have the counsel services, which are divided in two parts too: the Attention Information Service for women and the Special Intervention Service. And these two services are pretty similar, but the first one is oriented only for women, and the second one is for children. In both, we can find a lawyer and a psychologist. And the lawyer is for the women that cannot afford all the price of the court, and the psychologist in the first one is oriented for women, and the second part is a special psychologist for children. And now, Tristan and me are going to explain the conclusions of our present.
The first one is that we should stop violence against women from its very root, because it is very difficult to stop it when it's already happening. So we have to prevent it more than stop it.
The second conclusion is that governments are making a big effort to eradicate this situation, but it is still not enough, because we have to help governments to eradicate this situation. And finally, BAW is still a controversial topic in our society, and we have to make the people realize that they have to talk about it and try to eradicate it. Thank you very much. And now Judith and Eduard are going to explain the sexism in advertisement.
Guten Tag, Germany. Good afternoon, Europe. Bona tarde from Catalonia. We are Judith Lleixà and I'm Eduard Sanchez. Now we are going to talk about the artistic part of our project. Now Judith is going to start.
I'm going to explain the publicity that's against women, the sexist advertisement. The prototype of sexism. Here we can see a photo that's an ad from a perfume. We can see Josh Hartnett, a famous actor, that's the main model of the perfume. He's an interesting choice of model because he deems as what Hollywood deems as attractive, so that most men desire to achieve. His face expression is very important because he looks like he's comfortable with that situation, that everybody is grabbing at his clothes and trying to get close to him, and he's in a situation that feels very content with himself. Another part is that everybody is towards him and try to get close to him, like I said, and the two women trying to be with him and the fighting over him, and they really want to be with him. The name of the perfume is very important. We can see here, Hard to Resist, that says that it's difficult to not be attractive at him, and the name, Diamonds Are God's Best Friend, it's a topic used, and that if you want to be in somebody's pants, this cologne will help you. And finally, the black-white style make the advertisement more sophisticated, and also Harnett is wearing a suit. In this ad, we can see an exotic woman with Brazilian or African features. That these features are more attractive to men. The publications use the topic of exotic woman. She's lying on a bed, and she's also in a face expression like not really stressed or relaxed. And the slogan is also very important. It's the now open, that in one hand refers to a new boutique open, and in the other hand can refer to a new prize for men or to her virginity too. They show the woman as a sexual object, and another thing that makes it worse is that ad is from a clothes brand, and the girl is shown almost naked. In this other ad, we can see a farm. That ad was found in a supermarket car park, and that says to me that is addressed to whoever does the shopping, and that ad is addressed to woman, so that indicates that woman has to do the shopping. That thing that it shows like fat woman, but the frame is bigger than the photo is bigger than the frame, and that indicates that women need to get fit. They use the stereotypical of doll because she's a model. In the photo appears a model, and she has a perfect core, and she's not fat or anything. And I think this photo is also altered with Photoshop or something, and it's unreal. Finally, it's the last ad, and we can see an ad from the city of Belgrade. That in this photo we can see a woman turning back to us. In the photo is we can see all of her bottom and legs. We can also see her panties, and they use the slogan that it's important too, that's for beautiful city, and it indicates me that the city is full of beauty. In one hand, like if you are catching your dog feces, and in the other hand that the woman with her bottom is making the city beautiful, and that making the city beautiful with a bottom or a legs, that's for me sexist. What I choose this ad is because it's from the city of Belgrade, so it's an official ad, and I think that it makes it worse. Right now, Eduard is going to explain what happens in our high school.
Hi, I'm Eduard. Firstly, I divided my slides into 3 parts. The art gallery by Esther Bersolí, the play called Kaleidoscopy by Manolita Nadal, and the short film by A-levels art students in our secondary school. Art gallery by Esther Bersolí. Esther Bersolí is a painter from our area who loves expressing everything she feels. She takes her canvas and creates spectacular paintings from her feelings. In this exhibition, she cut out a lot of pieces of news related to violence against the women that she has found in newspaper, and she stuck them on her paintings. She realized that violence against women was written in very small articles, as if them were not important. The play called Kaleidoscopy by Manolita Nadal. Manolita Nadal is my Catalan teacher, and she is also the drama teacher in our secondary school. 1 month ago, my classmates represent a play called Kaleidoscopy. In this play, some gags appear that show multiple scenes about women's lives. Here, there are some photos of the play. As you can see, my friends were practicing very hard, because they are excellent actors. And finally, the short film. Now I'm going to show you the short film which we shot because we want people to realize how sexist the advertisement we watch on TV are. Let's have a look.
If you ask me of your breakfast cereal, why settle for less?
I love my body and I feel so perfect.
With our fiber-rich swabs, we can start our swimsuit operation unhurriedly.
With Essentials, you can be like me.
Because we have to be perfect by some.
This is tuba for men.
Why do you buy the duties? Because what is good, it always lasts longer.
With the Duties Navy, the baby stays clean and fresh for 12 hours.
And our children are happy and feel good. And I don't have to spend so much.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it!
With the Duties you feel great, and you baby too.
refresh your point of view.
I don't like housework. Do you have another way? No. Why? Do you? Which wash dish has a new washing hair? Wow! This has a mini capsule whose interior contains power hair action.
Which was this? The best.
We will be famous!
I am freedom. I am strength. I am technology.
A shot in the dark, a past lost in space. Where do I start?
I'm such a stuff as dreams are made of.
Congratulations, I am so happy. You've done a very good job. All the spots are simply perfect. I can't see anything that needs to improve. Technically excellent, an ideal setting, awesome performing. I can't do anything but congratulate you for all this very well done job.
Oh, thanks very much.
Well, I don't like these spots. They are inadmissible.
What do you mean by inadmissible? Are you joking?
Something that is disrespectful and discriminative cannot be admissible, and much less commendable.
I beg your pardon?
But can you live with a clear conscience, knowing that rapes, gender discrimination, and gender inequality are forced because of you?
How dare you? How can you speak to me like that? I am your boss, don't you remember?
That you are my boss doesn't mean that we are in the same intellectual level, you know?
Obviously, we're not at the same intellectual level. That's why I'm the one who decides if you're fired or not.
To fire the only employee that has a bit of judgment in the company? Okay then.
If you're so sure of what are you saying, then you won't have any problem to say you can do it better, do you?
I can do it extremely better.
Okay, you have 1 week. If you don't bring me some of the spots by next week, I'll fire you.
Okay, see you next week then.
If you ask more of your breakfast cereal, why settle for less? Take the person who loves you and have a lovely day. We can start the day dancing together, or laughing, or both.
She looks just like them.
I love my hobby.
I love you, my lady. Plays it cool. I think that she is.
With Essential S, you can be like them if like.
Tuba for everyone, forever.
Why do you like to do this?
Because what is good, it always lasts longer.
With Judith Lleixà, the baby stays clean and fresh for 12 hours.
And our children are happy and feel good.
And I don't have to spend so much.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
With Judith you feel great, and you baby too.
refresh your point of view.
I don't like housework.
Do you know another way?
No. Why? Do you?
Which wash dish has a new washing help to clean these dishes, glasses, pots, pans and more.
Wow.
This has a mini capsule whose interior contains powerful action. These capsules leave your dishes spotless, clean and leave a flowery smell. If you like, we can wash up together so we will find a place plus.
I should sleep, it's keeping me awake.
Which was dish? The best.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground. With many points, we can play together.
Yes, play together.
Lo tengo todo, papi, lo tengo todo, papi. Tengo fly, tengo party, tengo una sabrosura. Lo tengo todo, papi, lo tengo todo, papi. Tengo fly, tengo party, tengo una sabrosura. Lo tengo todo, papi, lo tengo todo, papi. Tengo fly, tengo party, tengo una sabrosura. Lo tengo todo, papi, lo tengo todo, papi. Tengo fly, tengo party.
If you want to have fun, this is your car.
Thank you very much for your attention. We hope you have enjoyed our video.
Take it to the first now.